Morning, everyone. Good morning. How are we today? Happy Wednesday. Oh, it's frosty. It is frosty. I put this on this morning just to kind of, I have a cardigan on as well, just to cover up. I was like, I'm not taking it off. It's just, it's lovely actually. It's really fresh and it's just gorgeous. I do love the frost. I feel like the air is like clean. Like my diffuser's on here in the room. Haven't moved upstairs yet. Keep saying I'm moving up, moving up, moving up. The room up there is smaller, and behind me is going to be very boring. When I do my videos, it's going to be very, very boring. And I was thinking, will I put up my banner, my oils banner? I just don't know. I don't know. I'll have to see. Maybe put some pictures or stickers, wall stickers on or something, just to brighten it up a bit. Liam painted it. He painted the walls a nice grey and the ceiling yellow. So I love grey and yellow together, and so it just really needs to be the stuff needs to be brought up. So I've been so inundated with calls this week that it's been so fabulous that I haven't even had a chance to go up the stairs. Like literally, I had 9 calls yesterday, I had 8 the day before, and I have 6 today. And the only reason I have 6 today is because I'm doing an essential oils class this evening on the supplements. So I don't have attended at the time this week. So morning, Marie. So have you been tuning into Sylvia's training this week? If you're a network marketer, if you're watching the replay, Marie, I know you're not a network marketer. Do you know anybody that wants to join? Because it's going so well. I'm so delighted for Sylvia. There's so much engagement. People are loving it, and even as I was saying yesterday, when she was doing her first one on Monday, she was talking about the goal setting calls, and I had 7 goal setting calls booked in before she'd even finished talking. Like, it's just unbelievable. So people are absolutely loving it, and it's really resonating with them. So I spoke to a lot of lovely ladies yesterday, and a lot of them have similar issues, and a lot of them actually there's actually 2, not a lot of them, there's 2 that the nice car and the second home and the big house and all that didn't actually appeal to them. There was one lady that actually had it all before and lost it all 7 years ago and wouldn't want it again, and was so grateful that they lost it all. At the time, obviously they couldn't see that, but they just lost everything. You shouldn't go into any major detail about it, but she said it really changed them, and it was a massive lesson learned. So they had it all. Boat, they had the second home, the flying first class, they had all that, and they wouldn't want it back. And I suppose she was saying because it was the type of people that they were. She said, I'm not saying we were bad people, we weren't, but we were a lot more humbled now, and we're more present with the kids and all that. Wow, I can't believe it. So that's that. It's not the same. The goals doesn't apply to everybody. So have you set your goals, and do you know your type C goal? Remember, Marie, I remember talking to you not so long ago, and you were still thinking about it. So that's okay. Just wondering, have you discovered it yet? Let me know. And it's it can be a big thing to actually think about, because this goal has to just be deserving of you as well, because you have to you're going to be focused on it and spend your life kind of heading in that direction, and you have to have a massive desire for it. So Sylvia was talking yesterday about just drink some of my coffee. Oh, so gorgeous. Sylvia was talking yesterday about the knowing doing gap, and we know what to do but we're just not doing it. And this is in relation to obviously network marketers, but it's the same with everything in life. If there's some results in our life that we don't like, or if we don't have, whether it's your bank balance or whether it's something to do with your home or your family, or not doing stuff with your family, or whatever it is, whatever the results are for you, if there's something that you're not happy with, you know what to do, but you're just not doing it. Most of us know what to do. But why? Why aren't we doing it? So, and it's all to do with our paradigm. So our paradigms is so strong. So she's going to help people today to shift a paradigm. And morning, Fiona. She's going to help people today to shift a paradigm. So today or yesterday, as I said, she's talking about the knowing doing gap. So we know what to do, but our paradigm is holding us back. So with our paradigm, you see, it wants to keep us safe. It wants us to keep us. It doesn't want us to move forward, and it wants to keep us in this little bubble. And as soon as we try to step outside our comfort zone, it'll step in and try and pull you back. And that's what stops us from doing lots of things. It kicks in as well when, you know, fear, when there's a lot of fear. And Sylvia's going to be talking about fear today, fear and faith. So, you know, if you come across a hurdle, like maybe Facebook Live, or even the technology, or you know, something that scares you, picking up the phone, calling someone, or talking about your business, because that was me. I couldn't talk about it. You know, if you when you come across that, you'll either push through it or you'll bounce off it. And she's going to talk more about that today. But you know, when you push through it, the freedom that you feel on the other side is so massive. And that was me last week going on the radio. Oh my God. And the very first day, I was so nervous going in, so nervous, not knowing, you know, what will I say, what I did. I kind of had stuff written out, but you know, just not knowing what the whole thing was going to be like. And so glad I did it. Like when I came out, the freedom. And even I did it again, you know, during the week and and Saturday, and just every time I came out of there, there's the sense of freedom and the sense of achievement after it was so massive, and that was bigger than the fear. So usually our fears are we're making them bigger than what they are, and it's only when you push through them. But you have to recognize them. You have to know that that's all it is. And a fear is a state of mind. So keep going, push through, and come out the other side, and you're getting closer to your goal, closer and closer to your goal every time you do that, and you're growing. That's why people say, you know, when you set a type C goal, you set your fantasy goal, you've absolutely no idea how you're going to achieve it. And if you have an idea how you're going to achieve it, then it's not a type C goal. So, you know, it's not a good goal. You need to set a different one. So we set goals to grow, not to achieve them. We set them to grow. So, you know, first thing you think of is how can I do that? You know, sometimes I've been giving people ideas. Now, obviously they're going to make up their own minds on their goals. I don't know, you know, what their goals are, but you know, the first thing they're all, every single one of them is the how, because you know, some of them are, oh, I'm very analytical, I like to know, I'm a realist, I like to know what you know, what the plan is, you know. But the thing is, we don't know what the plan is, and that's totally up to the universe. It's not up to us. So as soon as you set your type C goal, people think how, because they're trying to connect the dots from here where they are right now to their goal. But you can't do that, because that's up to the universe. That is not, because as well as you're taking the steps to reach your goal, you're growing. So by the time you achieve your goal, you're a completely different person, completely different, and you're a better version of yourself. So how can you see yourself achieving your goal straight away? Because you're going to be a different person. So what you do is, the first thing you do is you set your goal, decide what you want, what you really, really want, and you have to have a massive desire for it. And then the first thing you do is visualize you there. And this is why we do visualization on here. Visualize you there and say to yourself, okay, now that I've achieved my goal, how do I feel? How do I feel now that I've achieved my goal? And visualize the whole thing. And, you know, feel that sense of pride, that sense of achievement. Because remember, anything that's invented is up in the mind first. It's in, you know, Steve Jobs invented the phone. It's in his mind first. And, you know, it's always done twice. So it's the same with your goal. In your mind first, be that person. We can be, do, have anything we want in that order. So be the person first, be there, feel the emotions attached to each, or feel the emotions attached to your goal, and what it feels like to be there. That's why visualization is so important. So I hope you're still doing it, and I hope you're because I have it on here. Maybe you need to do say if you just do a search at the top of this page for visualization, it's like an 8-minute video, but I think the visualization itself only takes 5 or 6 minutes. That needs to be done every single morning, every single night. And we were doing it on here, but every morning, but it was just kind of taking up too much time, and I wasn't able to kind of chat to you about what I was learning, and you know, kind of giving, you know, better advice. So it's just it just kind of didn't really work to do it here every morning, because we do so much else. You know, we do our gratitude list, and we do our sending love and asking for guidance. So I didn't want to miss any of those. So definitely visualization is so, so important. So that's the first thing you say. Now that I've achieved my goal, how do I feel? And you're there, you know, you're creating that picture, and write it all out. Writing is very, very important. A lot of people say, oh, I have a resistance around writing. I don't want to write it, you know, but it's very, very important. And I've noticed that I wasn't a writer either, and I'm not a reader, but I would like to be. I'm trying, but I do listen to books more so than read them. But definitely with writing, it just creates so much more energy around it. And Bob Proctor writes out his affirmations with his non-dominant hand. So he's actually one particular, it was kind of a long one, 3 or 4 lines that he committed to writing it out every day for a year with his non-dominant hand. So Sylvia gives us these little challenges sometimes, you know, even do it for 30 days. And the reason you do that is because you are thinking about absolutely every single word you're writing down. When we're just writing out a list or writing down your affirmations, if there's no emotions attached, it's just a list, it's just a writing exercise, and it's not going to do anything. And I didn't know this before I started doing this, before I joined Thinking into Results. I didn't know that, you know, you had to feel the emotions attached. When I used to write my gratitude list, I never felt any emotions. It was literally writing down a list. Oh yeah, I'm grateful for that. Oh yeah. And everything was just, oh yeah, great to be able to think of something. And then I'd write it out, and then and that was it until tomorrow morning. So you know, it's completely different now. And when you feel how grateful you are and feel the emotions attached to each gratitude, it's just way, way better. And it keeps you going for longer, definitely, throughout the day. And then you read it again if your energy is dipping, write a few more, and then, you know, it's just getting you closer to your goal, because it's increasing your vibration. And once your vibration is increasing and your frequency is increasing, you're getting in alignment with your goal, and that's when the universe starts to kick in, sees you're serious, starts to send you customers, phone calls, people, whatever it is, ideas, inspirations, and that's how the law of attraction works. The law of attraction won't work if you're not on the right vibration. So gratitude will help you there, visualization will help you, repetition of your goal, repetition of your affirmations, saying them in front of the mirror, all that. Sylvia was talking about that yesterday. Repetition is key. So there's 2 ways to change a paradigm. So if you have a paradigm, which a paradigm is your mental programming, and if it's basically our series of habits, and, you know, most of what we do is habitual. So, you know, our paradigm controls us, really. So if you want to shift a paradigm, it's not going to happen overnight. Well, it actually can happen overnight through an emotional impact. An emotional impact might be 9/11. And so they're usually negative, so it doesn't happen very often, thank God. But, you know, if it's not an emotional impact, it's going to be through repetition, and that's the only other way that you can change a paradigm. Listening to your affirmations, you know, and listening to and your affirmations can be all around you and what you're not doing that you want to be doing. To change this affirmation, you need to change your habits. So I hope that makes sense. I hope I'm not confusing anyone. If I am, let me know. Or if you're watching the replay as well, let me know if I'm confusing you, and I'll jump back on here, and I can message you back or whatever, or message me privately, whatever. So the first thing you need to do is decide on your goal. Make a decision. What is it? What do you really want in your life? You know, where do you want to go? What you want to do on a daily basis, and you know, what kind of a house do you want to live in? If you write everything down that you really, really want, then you can create some affirmation, some little few sentences around it, and that can be your goal. You know, if you've absolutely no idea how you're going to achieve this, that could be your goal. So just have a think and know exactly what you want, not what your husband wants for you, or not what your kids want for you, or whatever, or if they think that's best. You know, what do you really want? And usually when you pick something, everyone benefits anyway, but pick something that you want. Or everyone in your household. And if it's money, that's okay. Money can drive some people, and money doesn't drive other people. So it all depends on you. And if it's something that gets you out of bed in the morning, or you jump out of bed every time when you wake up in the morning, that's when you know you have the right goal. Okay, so I think we will write our list. Alrighty. So today is Wednesday, isn't it? Wednesday the 4th of November. Coming near the end of this journal. Okay, so today I am grateful for. Alrighty, so the first thing one we'll write down is Bob Proctor's affirmation for November. My mind is always fixed upon the best. Therefore, it tends to become and attract the best. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, God. Okay, so we'll try and write 9 more and see how we get on. How are you getting on? Okay. Morning, Marie. Okay, so at the bottom, for this and for more, I am grateful. Thank you, God. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, down at the very corner again. Okay, perfect. Alrighty, so as I always say, if your energy is dipping throughout the day, write a couple more or read your list. Really, really important. Okay, I'm going to grab an oil. Smart and Sassy here beside me. Smart and Sassy is one I use in my water every day. And I was actually talking to a girl yesterday, she on one of my goal setting calls, and she hates the taste of this one. And it's actually my favourite. Oh, it's so lovely. I actually love it, and it's kind of sweet. It's got peppermint in it, lemon, grapefruit, and ginger and cinnamon. And I absolutely, it's definitely my favourite in water. And I was telling her, because it comes in capsules as well, I was telling her, why don't you just get the capsules? So she has them in her cart for her next order. So it's the oil of inner beauty. So if you self-criticize, if you feel worthless, if you disgust or hate your physical appearance, if you're strict self-judgment, body shame, and positive properties, worthy, self-acceptance, confident, embracing the body's individual beauty. Wow. So really powerful one. It's one I actually don't diffuse, because I have so many here that I love to diffuse, that I love that one in my water, so I feel like I'm wasting it if I diffuse it, but maybe I will diffuse it. It has a gorgeous smell. It's really sweet, but it was actually brought out for diabetics years ago. It was called Smart and Sassy. It's still called Smart and Sassy, but sometimes they call it Slim and Sassy, because when the diabetics weren't even changing their, oh morning Colleen, when they weren't even changing their diet, or they weren't even changing, you know, their exercise routine or anything, they were actually losing weight on Smart and Sassy without doing anything different. And it's because it was helping with their metabolism. So it does have it's actually called the metabolic blend, so it supports your metabolism. So they just found it great for that, so then they changed the name of it to Slim and Sassy, but sometimes it's still Smart and Sassy. Either or, it's exactly the same. So yeah, I have it in my water whenever I have it. Sometimes I forget to order it, but whenever I have it, it's in my water. And sometimes I'll add it to my water with lemon oil, or with the wild orange, or with grapefruit, or whatever, something else, but usually it's just on its own. And it helps with sugar cravings, and it definitely helps me with sugar cravings, because it kind of gives you that full feeling, so it helps to manage your hunger as well. And because it's sweet, and it with the cinnamon in it, cinnamon helps your blood sugar, to regulate your blood sugar. So really powerful oil, really, really good. But yeah, I actually was a bit shocked that she didn't like the taste of it, because I just love it so much. It's actually my favourite in the water. But anyway, let's end love to people that are bothering us. Okay, so picture somebody that has done something to you in the past, and you know, if there's anybody that you hold any negative emotions towards, so somebody that you can't even bear to think about, or somebody that has done something to you, you know, and that you're holding on to this grudge. So it basically means that you're in your own prison in your past, and you want to let that go. You want to focus on your goal, which is the most important thing to you right now. So you want to move forward, and you can't move forward if you're holding, you know, onto all these negative emotions. So when we suppress emotions, they just get worse and worse, and they just build up, and they can cause anxiety and stress, which may lead to depression. And the longer you're there, the harder it is to get out of that. So send love to these people, and let it go. You know, it can be challenging, but picture that person. We're going to close our eyes, and it only takes 10 seconds, 3 deep breaths. Picture that person standing in front of you, white light, gold light, whatever color light you want, going from your heart to theirs, and send the love. You don't have to say anything. This has nothing to do with them. They don't know you're doing it, and they don't care. You know, they really don't care. So this is all for you. And the universe will sort them out. It's not up to us to hold on to this anger towards them, because it's not doing you any good, and it's only doing you damage. And all this anger and resentment and all these negative emotions, they rest in your organs, and that's why people get a lot of issues and a lot of infections, and you know, kidney stones and gallstones and stuff like that. And it's because of this. You know, a lot of our physical ailments come from the mind, comes from emotions that are repressed, or trauma that we may have suffered in the past that we didn't deal with, or a death or something like that. So we need to release all these emotions and get them out of us, and move on and move forward and focus on your future. Okay, so we'll do that, and then we'll do it with a second person, and then we'll do it with ourselves. So now I'll prompt you along the way. Okay. Perfect. When you're ready, move on to person number 2. Okay, perfect. When you're ready, move on to yourself. So picture you standing in front of you, white light,
800
light,
hours.
going from your heart to yours and sending love. Okay, perfect. So now we ask for guidance. I forgot there for a second. Now we ask for guidance from the universe. So this helps us with our intuition. So just ask a question. So it can be anything to do with your business, to do with you, your health, your partner's health, your kids' health. What do I need to do to help this person, or who can I help today, or what's my goal, what is my goal? But you need to relax the mind, relax the body, and if you have distractions around you in this morning, or any morning that we're doing it, definitely it needs to be practiced. It needs to be practiced anyway throughout the day. Ask for guidance, ask these questions, and the universe will send you these answers. Well, they're actually coming from within. We just don't trust ourselves enough to make decisions and to really kind of know what we want. We just sometimes we just trust other people more so than ourselves. So just ask the question and then let it go. Don't think about it anymore for the day or anything, or where's my answer or anything like that, because the energy has to flow freely. Its energy is flowing to and through us all the time. If it's not flowing freely, you're not going to get those answers. So we'll just close our eyes and ask the question, and then we just let it go. Okay. Okay, perfect. So I hope that helped, and I hope you got some useful information this morning about your goals and how to set them and how to feel and what you need to do. Any questions, you know where I am. And after this call, head over to your mirror and give yourself the compliments. Look into one eye. You can cover the other one, and 5 compliments into each eye, and the first 2 are always the same. I love you, you're perfect as you are. And then 3 more, at least more if you can, and then into the other eye, I love you, you are perfect as you are. And then at least 3 more compliments, and do that every single morning. So don't put it off, and it might be challenging, and I was the same. I would look on everywhere but into the mirror when I was doing this, but I find it so easy now. I just do it, and don't worry about how you look or how your hair is or if your makeup isn't done. You're looking into your soul when you're looking into your eyes. You don't look at the outside, the physical. It's into your soul. So you need to do it right, and it gets easier. It really, really does. So and it does great for your confidence. Really does great for your confidence. So thank you so much this morning for you all for joining me, and I will be back tomorrow morning. Sylvia will be on at 11. talking about fear and faith, and then I'll be doing my live on in that group later around 4:30, 5:45. I think that I have, oh no, about 3:30, 4:45 more like, because I have a call. I know I have some calls today around 4 and 5, and yeah, 6 or 7 calls today. So so yes, enjoy your, I'm trying to think, it's Wednesday, and we will talk to you later. Alrighty, bye everyone.